I'm Coach Mark here. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July if you're in the United States and you celebrate the 4th of July. We are in July now, all right? And we're halfway done with the year. We are halfway done with 2017. Can you believe it? And I hope everyone is progressing the way that they would like to progress. And, we do have some people, I'm sure some of you are moving along the year very, very nicely, doing everything that you set out to do this year. Then there's probably a next group of people that may have started at the beginning of the year but came across some obstacles, came across some roadblocks, and maybe for whatever reason you just decided to park for a little bit because you don't really know how to move forward, right? And then we have a next set of people that haven't tried anything at all. So if you're among that last group of people that haven't tried anything at all, listen to my Power and a Half Hour episode number 143. I give some great tips on how to get started, how to get moving. I share with you 7 strategies that you can use to propel yourself forward if you feel like you're stuck or you haven't been moving. But for those of you that maybe started and for whatever reason you came across some obstacles, still go back and listen to the Power and a Half Hour because those strategies will work for you as well. But I have a story for you today. You guys know that I've come accustomed to telling these stories every single once a week, but I have a really great story and I hope you guys learn something from it. So basically this is how the story goes. Once upon a time there was this crow, and it's a ridiculously hot day outside, right? The crow must be in Phoenix or wherever it was that we're having these ridiculous temperatures, right? Like 117 degrees outside or whatever. Planes can't even fly. Anyway, so the crow is flying around. It's hot and it's looking for some water. And guess what? There is no water in sight. The crow cannot find any water. And I think this crow is like, man, I'm about to die if I don't get any water. So the crow is flying around, looking for something, some water. So he comes and he sees this pitcher. And he looks inside the pitcher, right? He sees this pitcher, and guess what's in the pitcher? Water. So finally, he found the water that he was looking for, right? But he has a problem. So he sticks his head inside the pitcher, but guess what? His head's too big. He can't reach down far enough to get the water out the pitcher. So the crow is just trying and trying and trying, and he doesn't want to knock the pitcher over because if he knocks the pitcher over, then all the water spills all over the floor, right? So he's like, man, what am I going to do? I need this water. I have to have this water. So he keeps trying to stick his head in, still can't get the water because his head can't reach all the way down to drink up the water. So right as he's about to quit and just say, forget it, man, I might just die from dehydration or whatever a bird might say, a crow might say, he comes up with an idea. Now, shortly, he turns his head and he sees a bunch of pebbles. So what he decides to do is fly over, he grabs some pebbles and he drops it in the pitcher. What happens? The water level rises a little bit. He flies back over, gets some more pebbles, drops the pebbles in. The water level rises a little bit more. So he keeps doing this over and over and over again. Guess what happens? The water level rises to the level where he can stick his head in and drink some of that water, and he ends up saving himself. Now, here's the moral of that story. Now, you may be in a situation right now that seems dire. You think you've tried everything, but 9 times out of 10, you haven't tried everything. All right? There's something. Sometimes you just have to stand back from the situation, step back from the situation, and take some time to just think about it and come up with a better solution. Maybe, sometimes the right solution doesn't come to us right away, and that's all right. Sometimes, like I said, you got to step back from the solution. You got to get out the box to be able to see inside the box. Sometimes we're so stuck in the box that we can't see, we can't come up with the right solution. But what the crow did was he took a second, he didn't quit. And I think that's probably the most important lesson. The crow had perseverance. The crow refused to quit, and he didn't quit. He eventually came up with the right idea, was able to get the pebbles, drop them in the jar, in the vase, and he was able to get the water and to be able to save himself. So if you're working on something right now and you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you can't come up with a solution, don't give up. Make sure you are persistent and you have that perseverance. If you stick with it, you will come up with the right answer, and like the crow, you'll get your water. All right? I hope you guys got something from that story, and I will see you next week.